Okay guys, I'm doing a unboxing here of the Aquamaxx DFC-80 Protein Skimmer. So I just bought this actually from Bulk Reef Supply. I actually do not even have a tank to use it on yet, but Aquamaxx is offering, right now they have 50% off at Bulk Reef Supply on the protein skimmer. So I bought a hang on the back protein skimmer for my 72-gallon canister reef tank, but I'm looking at getting a small a water box Marine X 60.2 actually. So I couldn't pass up a 50% off deal on a protein skimmer. This one might be a little bit oversized for the Marine X, but I think it should work out okay. So I'm actually not going to be using it quite yet because I'm not ready to pull the trigger on the Marine X tank, but I wanted to do a unboxing video here. So if we start at the top, which it's always hard to see in video is how big, or in pictures, how big exactly the collection cup is. Get this foam off of here. But it's a good sized collection cup. It does have almost like a dome shape to the top of it here, and yeah, a little different design. Probably the skimmer is a little bit different than my hang on the back one, but it is a good sized collection cup, which I like. You know, I want to make sure that with any of my tanks I can leave for a week, go on vacation, and still be good to go. That I'm not going to have to deal with an overflowing you know, reservoir or cap for my protein skimmer or anything else. So very happy with that. Let's see what else we got. I don't know if there's any assembly required here for the chamber. I know there was for my hang on the back. Okay, so pretty good. Okay, so here's the skimmer body right here, so there must be a little bit of assembly, some more parts in here for the pump, and then also you know, Aquamaxx seems to use this same, you know, these, I don't know what they call them, needle jets or something like that, for their aeration for the pump, which like I said, I'm very happy with my hang on the back. I'm going to do a review for the hang on the back that I'm currently using. Break-in period was super short, 2 days for that one. That's why I didn't hesitate. With 50% off with the Aquamaxx protein skimmers, I wanted to jump on it and get this one for a future tank, you know, because I was very happy with the hang on the back performance. So I'll do a video of that one since it's up and running. I've given it a couple weeks now and can do a fair review. So, okay, so there should be some more parts in here. Looks like we have just the manual. This one does have a controller as well, which I really like. Mostly because of, you know, if you're dosing something that maybe make your protein skimmer go crazy, it's kind of nice to just be able to have a little controller or an option. I used to have a little tunesy. Bear with me, guys, as I try to get this out of here. I used to have a little tunesy in tank protein skimmer, and I did like that one you could press a button. It had a little controller, you could press the button on it, you know, and turn it off for 10 minutes or so. So that was really nice. So I'm guessing in here will be our pump. If I can open it, there we go. Our pump, and probably the little needle jets, whatever you want to call them, maybe some screws, something like that. So, and the controller itself. So here's the pump right here, which is a little smaller pump. You can see here, looks like a 12-watt pump. But again, I mean, this thing is not going in a huge tank. So it's going to be for my Marine X, again, 60.2 I'm looking at, which is like a 33-ish gallon display and maybe like a 20-gallon sump or so, a little more than 20 gallons, I think. I can't remember exactly. Okay, so not sure. I'll have to read the instructions. I think this might be like almost like a little breather to go on the end of maybe this yellow hose, I believe, for when this is sitting in the sump. our power cord. And then here's the bubble chamber, which I like a lot. Okay, so this is a pretty good size. Again, hard to see in pictures, you know, exactly how big some of this stuff is. You know, you kind of scrutinize, and I was wondering, you know, I know how big my other skimmer is. And so this is, yeah, this is definitely a good size little bubble chamber or needle jets, whatever they want to call them. Okay, so let me get this thing probably assembled and show you guys what it looks like. All right, guys. So I got the skimmer assembled. I haven't even taken off the top yet, actually. So nice solid material for the cap. I mean, that's mostly, once you have this thing put in the sump, I mean, that's mostly all you're going to be doing, if that, because honestly on these too, you know, they have this little drain, same as my other skimmer with Aquamaxx, so that you can just drain the fluid right out. And you don't have to take the cap off all the time, which is a nice feature, other than if you need to do a little heavy cleaning. So that is a nice feature. Again, pretty decent size, really. Looking at this thing, it's a little bigger maybe than I thought. And you have... Okay guys, this is to actually adjust the water flow into the skimmer. So you can't quite see it, but it's at the bottom there. That was the silencer that I installed here, the air silencer. And then I didn't show you the controller. So here's the controller. Again, which is nice. So I just like this because if you're feeding, if you're you know, putting a product in the water and you need a little break from the skimmer running, it's nice. You can press the button. I plugged it in really quick. I don't want this pump running without any water in here, so I plugged it off. I plugged it in just so you could see what this looks like, and put it in feed mode. So it looks like you can adjust the feed mode here. If you keep hitting the pause button, it will add more times. You can go 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 25, and then I haven't looked here. I'm assuming this is just maybe a permanent feed mode. So I think it would stay in there until you press the pause button again, and then it goes to 100%. That means it's on. And the 100%, again, I'm not going to leave it on there, but that's how you can adjust the pump itself, the pump output, which is again, another nice feature. So yeah, not like a super flashy controller, you know, but I don't really care as long as it does the trick and it's easy to control. I'd almost prefer this. So yeah, so pretty sweet. Plenty of length of cord. You got extra length here, you got more length here. Definitely not going to need all that, but it's good to have. Nothing on the back here to mount it. It would be nice if maybe there was a mount, like I know my Toonsy skimmer had a nice little mount for the controller, which was cool. So probably going to have to do some sort of, you know, double-sided tape or the Velcro option or something to mount this on a cabinet wall. But yeah, other than that, pretty cool looking skimmer. Again, the functionality, not going to be able to test this thing out for a while until I get the tank up and going. And even then, when I'm cycling and I'm starting a brand new tank, you know, there's no reason to have the skimmer running in that tank until I get a little bit of a bio load going. So yeah, directions were pretty straightforward. You know, probably could have been maybe a little more descriptive in certain areas. The pictures are great, things like that. Probably the most challenging part was really getting the skimmer body on over this, because it is a very tight fit. It's probably hard to see, but a very tight fit here with this white piece that rests on top of the pump. So if you don't have it turned just right, it would have been nice if it was maybe notched or something to go in a very specific spot. So you kind of have to adjust it quite a bit. And I actually just took back off, you know, the bubble chamber here, or the bubble nozzles. I took those off and to get it adjusted a little bit with the skimmer body before, because it's a lot easier to adjust and maneuver and turn to get it just right. So That seemed to help and make assembly a little bit easier. And yeah, so that's the skimmer. And I guess really quick while I'm down here, just yeah, you can see in some skimmer here, this is a hang on the back skimmer that I mentioned before. And you can see, look at that skimmate from this thing. So again, this has only been going for about 2 weeks, and it's killing it. So I've been noticing with my nitrates, phosphates, it's doing great. So yeah, couldn't be happier with this thing. Same kind of bubble tip design, so to speak. So I expect to get the same performance really out of this in some skimmer for another tank. So I'll do a more in-depth review on this one at a later time, but I figured while I was down here I'd show that one. So yeah, that's it. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments, and I'll put up another video when I do get the tank going and get this thing operational, so I can do another review on performance. Thanks, guys.